Hi, I'm back with another episode of Silly Sayings That Make a Whole Lot of Sense. Today I'm going to talk with you about one of my favorite sayings, one that I learned from someone I'll call Uncle Pete. Uncle Pete was not my biological uncle, but he was a very dear friend of my parents, and they had known him forever and ever and ever and ever. And I don't know about other cultures and other communities, but in the Black culture, when your parents have very good friends that they've been friends with for an extremely long time, those people somehow become your uncles, they become your aunties, because they are so beloved by the family. They're part of the family. So Uncle Pete was someone who was very dear to me. He died about 15 years ago. He was 81 years old when he died. He had the memory of an elephant. He could tell stories from his childhood days, from his teen years, from his young adult years, just his entire life. And he told some of the funniest stories I have ever heard. And along with some of the funny stories, a lot of real serious stories and about some of the hardships of life. But he was just someone I took great delight in being around. And by the way, he was a really good cook too. So sometimes we would be talking and Uncle Pete would say, "Well, baby girl, that's the way the mop flops. That's the way the mop flops." That is such a funny saying. And when you think about the visual of a mop flopping or floppy mop, it makes no sense. It's a silly saying, but this is the wisdom in that saying. Sometimes in life, things just are what they are. As we say today, it is what it is. Sometimes in life, we just kind of have to accept that some things are the way they are, and there's no changing them. So we can't continue to fret over, can't continue to fret over it, fry over it, stew over it. Some things we just have to accept. And in this culture, that's difficult for us sometimes because we believe we can change anything. And a lot of things we can, change the things that you can, but those things that you can't, accept them, learn from them, and move on from them. So here I am many years later, when people are talking to me about some things, somewhere in the conversation when it's appropriate, I'll say, "Well, that's the way the mop flops." I laugh, they laugh, because we get a big kick out of that saying, that's just the way the mop flops, and we both get the point of the message. It is what it is. Shrug it off, shake it off, and keep it moving. Okay?